Tonight, Valley Congressman Ken Calvert says there should be a political reckoning in light of the devastating fires and that some government leaders should now be removed from office. I spoke in depth with him today about what he thinks went wrong. All right, Congressman Calvert, first off, your reaction to these devastating fires and what federal aid is out there.
Well, these fires obviously are horrific, and my heart goes out to all of the people of Los Angeles and those who are suffering from just tremendous loss. It's beyond anything we've seen, I think. We've seen a lot of fires in California. But this one is probably, if not the most expensive fire ever, it's certainly right up there on top of the list. And it's going to take a lot of effort and a lot, difficult times ahead for the people who live there to rebuild. But right now, we have to get these fires out, and it's difficult. The firefighters are doing heroic work, but under a very stressful and difficult situation where obviously they don't have the water resources they need, and the winds are continuing to blow. This is going to be the next couple of days are going to be difficult, but our prayers are certainly with those who are fighting the fires and also with those who have suffered. And I suspect the loss of life is going to go up significantly once they get into the debris and start searching in those areas.
You're probably right. What are you hearing in Washington right now about what lawmakers are doing to try to help these people affected?
Well, when it comes to things like this, I know that people say we're not bipartisan, but when it comes to issues like this, we are, and we're working together. We'll work together to obviously to encourage disaster relief. We've already, on both sides, signed a letter to the president asking to declare emergency, which he already has, and we'll work together on disaster relief for the people of Los Angeles, and I'll be involved in that, obviously. And once this is over, people want to rebuild, and building is not easy in California. And you have a lot of hurdles, coastal commission, planning commissions, city building codes, the rest of it. I'm hopeful we can figure out some ways to help streamline that process and help people get to rebuilding sooner.
I'm curious, how concerned are you about fire insurance being canceled for a lot of homeowners out here?
Yeah, very concerned. This is going on for a while. California, unfortunately, I think that is worth looking into. The fire insurance rates were not reflecting the risk, and so a lot of insurers were leaving the state of California. I think that was a reflection of this insurance commissioner we have that needs to be looked into. A lot of people, I suspect, may not have insurance in these fires, and that's going to be extremely devastating to them. We're going to have to figure out some way to help as much as possible. But this is going to reflect, by the way, all of our homeowner insurance rates, because these insurance companies are going to have to rebuild their reserve operations. It's going to put some insurance companies at risk, I'm afraid. And certainly the state insurance fund is going to be extremely depleted. I've heard just enormous amounts of money this is going to cost, well over $50 billion. And so we'll see. But we have got to get this insurance issue resolved. And that's for all of us. People can't, what's worse than high, expensive insurance? No insurance. And a lot of communities right now, especially in the mountain communities, you're hearing about in Idlewild and Big Bear and other places, people cannot get insurance.
What do you think, I know it's still early, the long-term impact of this tragedy will be?
Well, I think we're going to have time to reflect on what did we do wrong here. I mean, I've been advocating, a number of us have for years, that we've got to have prescriptive fire and use. We used to do that in the 90s. Before that, to make sure this underbrush was managed. It wasn't managed. And it's built up over the last 20, 30 years. And that fire was just waiting to start. And it started in the worst possible condition, in an extreme Santa Ana condition. That needs to be looked into. And why weren't these reservoirs? There was a particular reservoir in Pacific Palisades that was being under repairs. It was empty. We need to understand why that was the case. Why weren't these tanks full if they weren't? We're going to find that out. It's pretty hard to fight a fire if you don't have water.
Do you think
And,
there will be a political reckoning from this?
There should be. I think that we need to look at for people responsible. They need to be removed and put competent people in its place. I'm a business guy, and you can't tolerate failure on this. The first job you have as a public official is public safety, whether it's crime or whether it's fire safety or quality of the water you drink. This is just basic 101s, 1, 2, 3 stuff.